Assalamu alaikum students, hear me, your biology teacher from IYS, okay? And student, first I am giving you some instructions. Listen my instructions carefully and follow them. First, keep your biology book with you. And second, don't raise your hand during my lecture. If you want to ask any question, you can ask me in question answering session through chat. Third, take a screenshot of every slide as well as home task slide. Students, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Student, today I am going to teach you chapter 8. Okay, and the chapter 8 name is nutrition. And in this chapter, today we will cover the topic digestion in man. Okay, this is the main topic of this chapter. Nutrition, already we have discussed about the nutrition. What is nutrition? Nutrition is a process of taking nutrients to maintain our life, okay, and to make our life healthier, okay. So means the first for maintaining the life in our body, we have different chemical processes by which we can maintain our life or we can make our life healthy, okay. That's why the most important function respiration we have discussed, okay. And now we are going to discuss about the nutrition, and in this nutrition we are going to discuss about the digestion in man, okay. Digestion. First, digestion. What is digestion? Digestion is a process, okay. What is digestion? Is a process, okay, and in which the large molecules and complex food is converted into the non-diffusible or simple form, and it should be diffusible, means it can cross the cell membrane. Why it is very much important? Because we are animals, we are not plants. We don't have cell wall, we have cell membrane, okay. So means when the molecules through digestion convert into the a very diffusible form, they can easily cross the cell membrane, and when they will reach to the cell where the mitochondria are present, okay, and the oxygen will oxidize these molecules, protein, fats and lipids to release energy. Done. That means digestion is a process to convert the complex food into the simpler form, and this is the process, and this process is running in our body by a system, and this system name is digestive system of man. And this digestive system of man, observe this diagram, composed of alimentary canal. Alimentary canal starts from mouth and ends on anus. Starts from mouth and ends on anus, okay. And this alimentary canal composed of many organs. This is the mouth cavity. This is esophagus, stomach is here. Duodenum, it is the starting part of the intestine. Ileum, it is the more coiled part of the intestine. And the large intestine, the first part is this is cecum, this is colon, okay, this is rectum, and this is anus. These are the part, and as well as you can observe two accessory organs. These organs are called glands, liver and pancreas. This is the complete digestive system of the man, which is composed of the alimentary canal, which starts from mouth and ends on anus. Now, what is the length of the alimentary canal? The length of the alimentary canal is 9 meter long. Okay, how much it is long? It is 9 meter long, and in feet it is 30 feet. Okay, and it is also called digestive tract. The one more name of the alimentary canal is digestive tract. Done. Now, digestion in man is very much important. Why? Because when it breaks down the food into nutrients which the body uses for energy and for maintaining the life, it is very much important for the growth, for the cell repair, okay, and after and it gives us energy after becoming a very diffusible form. Then, but digestion is a very long process, not very easy. It is very much complicated, okay, and it is a chemical process as well. So means it composed of many steps. Digestion of man is composed of many steps. There are 7 steps of the digestion I am going to share with you. The first one is ingestion. Ingestion. What is ingestion? Ingestion, the taking food inside the body without decomposed through mouth cavity. Okay, what is ingestion? Ingestion, taking the food without decompose. You remember yesterday we discussed about the amoeba and paramecium. Amoeba and paramecium also having this type of step, ingestion, because because man and amoeba and paramecium having the holozoic nutrition. Okay, and in this type of nutrition we take the whole food without decompose inside the body. Okay, then this process is called ingestion. Propulsion is also called peristalsis. And what is peristalsis? Peristalsis is the wave-like movement. What is this? This is the wave-like movement of the alimentary canal, and it is very much important because of this peristalsis movement, food is squeezed from one part to another part. Means it moves after pressing. Because of the contraction of the alimentary canal, the food is squeezed. Squeeze means press down. Okay, press nicely and it moves from one part to another part. Okay, two types of digestion are going on always in a human body: mechanical digestion and chemical digestion. First, we should know very well about what is the differentiation between both of them. Mechanical digestion, the type of digestion in which chemicals are not involved, means manually we are working now, the working of teeth. Because the chewing process, the teeth break down the large molecules of the food into the smaller molecule. This is called mechanical digestion because no enzymes are involved in it. Okay, and as well as peristalsis movement, it is a part of the mechanical digestion. Second is chemical digestion. Chemical digestion are type of digestion in which enzymes, enzymes, what are enzymes? These are enzymes. Enzymes are the chemicals, and these are also called catalysts. Okay, means they are very much important because they help to break down the food from complex to simple form. That's why this type of digestion is called chemical digestion. Okay, means the complex molecule carbohydrate, fats and protein are broken down into simple form. Okay, so me this is the I differentiated both of them nicely. Okay, and the one more step is called segmentation. Segmentation is also called the mixing of food. And which thing is mixing into the food? Means when food enters into the intestine, in the intestinal walls many digestive juices are present, and these juices mix into the food. This mixing of digestive juices into the food, this is called segmentation. Okay, the one more step is the absorption. Absorption, where the absorption occurs into the human body in small intestine, means ileum. In ileum, finger-like projections are present. These finger-like projections are called villi. Okay, and in villi, the food is absorbed. So means first step is ingestion, then digestion, then absorption. Okay, and after absorption, the main important step is ingestion. Absorption is very much important because after absorption, food through the process of assimilation move towards the all body parts and towards the tissues and then cell. Egestion is also called defecation, means the removal. The food is digested and absorbed. The all important nutrients have been absorbed. After absorbing into the blood, the food which is not able to digest, this is the undigested food material, or we can say this is the waste product from the body. It should be eliminated from the body. Okay, that's why the removal and elimination of the waste product from the body is called egestion or defecation. What it is called, egestion or defecation. To me, these are the 7 steps according to your syllabus. I have told you: ingestion, peristalsis movement, mechanical digestion, segmentation, chemical digestion, absorption, and ingestion. Okay, done. Now we are going to start the how the digestion starts. What is the first organ of the body, of human body? The first organ which take participate into the digestion, this is oral cavity. What is called oral cavity? First identify in the diagram where the oral cavity is present. In this is the oral cavity. Okay, means it's present behind the mouth, between the upper and lower jaws. You are seeing my cursor? This is the oral cavity, okay, and this is present behind the mouth, okay. It is a space which is present behind the mouth and between lower and upper jaws. Tongue is very much prominent here and teeth are also present, okay. This is the structure of the oral cavity. Oral cavity performs many important functions into the human body. And what are these functions? The first function is food selection. What is food selection? You know, when food enters into the mouth, what the oral cavity does? It identifies the food. You know, amoeba and paramecium, they also first identifies the food, because the human beings is omnivorous, okay, and he is able to eat herbs and shrubs and as well meat and flesh, okay. And the it having tongue having taste buds, okay. Through taste bud, the man oral cavity first identify the food. The food is sour or bitter, or it is able to eat or not, okay. And the oral cavity having teeth. Through grinding, any hard thing is present into the food, means it can easily throw out from the mouth cavity. It is not able to digest, okay. And the third thing, the smell. You know, the smell and nose, it is a one more receptor. It is very much near to the oral cavity, okay. So means the smell of the food and the hardness of the food, and identification of the food is very important. This is the first important function of the oral cavity, okay. Then, and after one more thing, the first time vision. You know, when we see any meal in front of us, and the presentation of the meal is very much important. When the meal is looking good with a good presentation, we are keen to eat this, otherwise we don't want to eat this now. So means the first function of the oral cavity is food selection is very much important. The second function of the oral cavity is grinding of food. For the grinding of food, the oral cavity having teeth, okay, and teeth perform this function by chewing, and this is also called mastication. What is called? This is called mastication, and it is very much helpful, because after mastication and after chewing the food large particles convert into the small pieces, okay, and they can easily pass from the oral cavity towards the esophagus or towards the pharynx, okay. After grinding, the next function is lubrication. What is lubrication? You know, lubrication is a mixing of saliva. You can observe the diagram, means there are the salivary glands are present inside the tongue of the man, okay. And this saliva is very much important. The mixing of saliva into the food, it is called lubrication. It is very much important because after mixing the saliva, food becomes very soft and sticky. So, what the food becomes very soft and sticky, and it can easily push down. It can easily force down towards the pharynx. Okay, so means the lubrication here. The two main functions: the saliva having add water and mucus to the food, and as well as the one more function, saliva having enzymes. But we will discuss the enzyme function into the next function. Okay. The next function is chemical digestion. You know, the mechanical and chemical both digestions occur into this oral cavity. You are seeing this arrow, okay? So means the chemical and mechanical both digestions are going into the oral cavity. So means now what is chemical digestion? Which type of chemical digestion occur into the oral cavity? This is means saliva. Saliva having an enzyme. This enzyme is called salivary amylase, and as well as it is called ptyalin. It is present inside the saliva. Okay, and what it does, this salivary amylase act on starch, where it acts on starch or carbohydrate, and it only partially digests the starch or carbohydrate only. Okay, only partially means not completely digest, only half portion and little amount of portion is digested by the enzyme. This is the name of this enzyme is called salivary amylase. Okay, done. And after mixing the saliva, after action of the salivary amylase, the food, you know, food and the piece of the food is looking like a ball like structure, okay, and it's rolled up by the function of the tongue here and there into the mouth cavity. It becomes a spherical mass and it becomes very slippery, and at that time the piece of food is called bolus. You are seeing the heading. This is bolus, okay, and it can be easily moved from oral cavity. It is ready to move from oral cavity to the pharynx, okay. The last function of the oral cavity is swallowing. You know, swallowing, when we swallow anything, means this is the movement of the muscles, which is muscles by the tongue and the mouth. You know, our muscles, we have a muscle inside the mouth. Because of the movement of these muscles, this bolus moves towards the throat or towards the pharynx. Okay, so today we discuss the 5 functions of the oral cavity. First was food selection, second was grinding the food, third was lubrication, fourth was chemical digestion, and fifth was swallowing. Okay. After the function is starting, this is the function of pharynx and esophagus. First identify where the pharynx is present. Okay. See this diagram carefully and observe my cursor. You are seeing this is the green color box. Here you are seeing the labeling nasopharynx. Second is yellow in color. This is oropharynx. Third is blue in color, hypopharynx. Okay, these 3 boxes, you know, and now identify these 3 boxes area. This is the whole area is called pharynx. Okay, pharynx, it is a opening, but the green color is nasopharynx because it is move and the opening is move direction towards the nose cavity. That's why it is called nasopharynx. Oropharynx means it is towards the oral cavity. That's why it is called oropharynx. And third one is blue in color, and this is the downward portion of the pharynx. It is called hypopharynx. Okay, and but it is the whole portion is called pharynx. Okay, done. And now what happened? The size of the pharynx is 5 inches, and in centimeter it is 12.7 centimeter. Okay, and what is present into the pharynx? You are seeing the flap like structure. Observe my cursor inside the very close the left hand side. See on the left hand side of the hypopharynx, you are seeing the labeling epiglottis. This is epiglottis. Okay, epiglottis is very much important. It is a flap like tissue like structure. Okay, what is this? It is a flexible flap of tissues. It's very much important because it prevent us from choking. When we swallow anything inside the body, at the time when we swallow the bolus towards the esophagus, at the same time, if some particles try to enter into the trachea. This is trachea, are you seeing? This is a larynx Y box, this is a trachea. That means this epiglottis closes the trachea. What it does, it closes the trachea and it prevents us from choking. Okay, that's why it is very much important. It is also present into the pharynx cavity. Okay, done. That means after passing from the pharynx, you know, pharynx and esophagus, they both are only the passageway. They are only the pathway or passing the bolus from oral cavity towards the esophagus and from esophagus towards the stomach. Now, after discussion the function of pharynx, we are going to move toward the esophagus. Observe this diagram. You can easily observe the diagram and you can easily observe the peristalsis movement. Are you seeing? This is a contraction. Observe my cursor. This is a contraction of the alimentary canal. Okay, and you are seeing the muscles are moving inside and again they are becoming relaxed. Okay, so mean this is the peristalsis movement starting after pharynx in a esophagus, and because of this peristalsis movement, food is forced down. What it does, food is forced down into towards the stomach. Okay, but you know, observe this is the upper esophageal sphincter and lower esophageal sphincter. What is sphincter? Sphincter is a ring-like structure. When because of peristalsis, this sphincter you can easily observe in this diagram. This is sphincter. You know, 2 type of sphincter forms into the esophagus. How? When because of alimentary, because of peristalsis movement, when the muscles contracts of the esophagus, a ring-like structure formed just behind above the stomach just in the is after pharynx. That's why it is called upper esophageal sphincter. This is called lower esophageal sphincter. This is very much important because this sphincter presses the food nicely, and because of this press action, the food moves downwards inside the stomach, and this sphincter prevents the backflow of the food again towards the esophagus. Okay, what it does, it prevents the backflow of the movement of the food towards the esophagus. But no, once upon a time, sometimes we have vomitings. So means why we have vomitings? Because the peristalsis movement is disturbed because of poisonous food. So means this sphincter is not formed properly in the upper and lower sides, just above the stomach. That's why the stomach expelled out, and the food is come out from the stomach towards the mouth cavity. Okay, so means sphincter, the formation of sphincter is very much important into the man body, okay, for the movement of the food because of the peristalsis movement inside the stomach. Okay, done. These are the two main important functions of the and role of the peristalsis movement into the pharynx as well as into the stomach. Okay, now the next digestion in stomach we are going to discuss. First, understand the structure of the stomach. What is the structure of stomach? Observe, it is a bag-like structure. Okay, and if you observe the shape of this stomach, it is J, alphabet J. You know, in ABCD you have a alphabet J like structure it has. Okay, and what is the structure? This is the starting end, it is called cardiac end. The ending end is called pyrolic end. Okay, these are two ends we have, starting and ending, and the between the large portion is called fundus. What is called fundus? And the body, this is the largest portion of the stomach, this is called fundus or body. Okay, done. Means cardiac end, pyloric end, and this is the fundus and body portion. Okay, this is the structure of the stomach. Okay, and stomach plays very much important role because mechanical and chemical both digestions occurs into the stomach. Okay, and what the stomach perform this function? See, observe this diagram. You are seeing the chemical digestion of protein is here, means the action, the portion of the protein, the part of the protein of the food is digested inside the stomach, as well as mechanical digestion occurs into the stomach. You are seeing the muscular contraction of the peristalsis movement, means the stomach contract and relax, contract and relax. Because of this movement, food break down into the more small pieces. Okay, and because of the action of enzymes on the only the portion of the protein, okay, the food becomes more soluble. Now what is happening in the stomach? The HCl is also present, hydrochloric acid, and as well as the one more enzyme, and the name of the enzyme is pepsinogen. What is the name? Pepsinogen. Okay, and this enzyme, what happened first? First we will discuss about the hydrochloric acid. What do you see that this diagram? Hydrochloric acid is present inside the stomach. What it does, it acts on the food and kills the germs which are present inside the food. And second function, what it does, it activate the enzyme pepsinogen, and the active form of this pepsinogen is called pepsin. Means pepsinogen is converted into the pepsin. Okay, and now the two main important function of the HCl are we have discussed here. Okay, and because of the HCl function and because of the food is also become very soft. Okay, and the second action after the action of the HCl, see the diagram, digestion in stomach on protein, how it is possible? Means the action of enzyme, means now the pepsinogen have been converted into the pepsin. Okay, and what the pepsin done, pepsin also only partially digests the protein. What it does? Partially, not completely. Already we have discussed in the mouth, the salivary amylase acted on the starch and only partially digest. Okay, and here the again pepsin act on the protein portion and only the it partially digests the protein into polypeptides. What it does, it convert into the polypeptides. Okay, and as well as the churning. What is churning? Churning action, peristalsis movement is going on, as well as the churning action of the stomach is going in. What is churning action? The walls of the stomach rub together nicely, and because of this rubbing, churning, what is this churning and the rubbing of the walls together? The mean heat produces. This churning action produces heat inside the stomach, and because of this heat production, the lipids are the polymers of the fat, okay, and this starts to melt. What happened? Because the churning action and because the peristalsis movement, heat produces inside the stomach, and because of this action of churning, what happened? The heat produces, and this heat helps to melt the lipids. What are lipids are the polymers of the fat. Okay, then, so means the action of the HCl after the action of enzymes. And the one more important function, the churning action of the stomach, is very much important for the digestion of the food. Okay, because food is becoming very much soluble form, and it is becoming a paste like form. Okay, so means in the stomach, after all these actions, food convert into the fluid like form, paste like form, and this is called, what is the name of this? Chyme. What is chyme? Chyme. It becomes a chyme and fluid like portion. Okay, so means after staying for a few hours, food becomes thick like fluid. This is called chyme. So means when the food was enters, it was into the bolus form. Okay, but when it is coming out from the stomach, it becomes like a paste like form, and this is called chyme. Okay, so means these are the function of the stomach as well. Okay, we have discussed. Now again, I'm telling you about, if you see, the digestion, muscular contraction, peristalsis movement, and the stomach. After this stomach, food, where the food will enter? The food will enter into the intestine. Where it will go? Intestine. Intestine is a small intestine, and the first part of the small intestine, it is the duodenum. What is? This is the duodenum, and in the duodenum, the two main glands we have, and these glands are liver and pancreas. Liver and pancreas will pour their juices they will send their juices from bile duct, okay, and hepatopancreatic duct. They will send their juices towards the duodenum into the small intestine, okay, and the bile juice and the pancreatic juice having many enzymes, only we discussed in the oral cavity on the starch digested partially, and in the stomach the protein is digested partially, and it is converting into the polypeptides. Okay, done. So means these are the structure and functions of the stomach. Okay, from beginning again I'm starting to you. So means today what we learn about the, again I'm telling you, I'm going to move towards the because the chapter name is nutrition, and we are discussing the nutrition in humans. So means first we discussed about, this is the alimentary canal, and today we learn about what is alimentary canal. Alimentary canal, what is the size of the alimentary canal, and these are the organs of the alimentary canal. Okay, and today we discussed about the mouth cavity. Okay, and after, behind the mouth cavity, the oral cavity is present. Okay, and this oral cavity having many functions. After that, esophagus, okay, and the stomach as well. Okay, and stomach, and these three organs we discussed today, and when in my next class we will discuss about the remaining organs in detail, inshallah ta'ala. But first I'm giving you the review of the digestive system. Okay, this is the system which is very much important to run the function of the digestion in the human body. Okay, and the digestive system of man is composed of alimentary canal, and this alimentary canal is also called digestive tract. Okay, and it's composed of many organs, and the size of the alimentary canal is 9 meter long. Okay, and the steps of the man we discussed first time, once upon a time we suppose that the digestion only composed of the because you only learn about the organs of the human body, they take participate into the digestion, but now there are many steps of digestion are present. There are 7: ingestion, peristalsis movement, Mechanical digestion, segmentation, chemical digestion, absorption. After absorption, one more step is very much important. This is assimilation. What is assimilation? Assimilation, it is the distribution of diffusible form through blood stream after absorbing towards the tissues and to all parts of the body. After the distribution of the food nutrients to all parts of the body, the undigested food move towards the large intestine. Okay, and this process in large intestine having many parts: cecum, colon, okay, and rectum and anus. Okay, and through the anus cavity means the undigested food digested out and eliminated. The elimination of the food is very much important, because the waste product should be eliminated from our body, because they have the poisonous substances. Okay, they are the waste material. They must be removed from our body, from the excretory system. Student, digestion, respiration and excretion, these all systems are very much relate and integrate with each other, because they both of them perform all functions together. Okay, they all of them work together. So means they all of them are necessary for each other. If your digestion will be disturbed, automatically your respiratory system will be disturbed. And if your respiration will be disturbed and your digestion will be disturbed, automatically your excretion will be disturbed. And if your excretion will be disturbed, automatically you will face the disorder in your body, and you can face many disorder in your body, and you can become a patient. Okay, so that's why your digestion process, your the elder says that digestion is very much good, because if you are the patient of the constipation, you can be a patient of the more than 1,000 diseases. Okay, done. Okay, Janab, and we discuss the digestion into the oral cavity today. We discuss about what is oral cavity and what are the functions of the oral cavity. So, means food selection is very, very much important, for because if we will not select the good food and we eat the poisonous food, our whole digestion will be disturbed. Okay, so mean food selection is very much important, because we are the human beings. We have the sense organs, and through these senses we select the selected food we eat. We don't eat not everything. Okay, and the second is grinding of food and lubrication, the mixing of saliva inside the food, chemical digestion, mechanical and chemical both digestion occur into the oral cavity by the salivary amylase. Okay, and the swallowing of the bolus is very much important, because the muscles of the mouth move, and they move the food in the form of bolus towards the pharynx and esophagus. The next is we discuss about what is pharynx. Okay, and it's on the pathway and passageway of passing the food, and we discuss about the function of the peristalsis movement, which is very much important to force down the food inside the stomach. Okay, and we discussed today the sphincter and importance of sphincter in our life. Okay, and we discussed about the structure of digestion in stomach. We discussed about the structure of stomach. Okay, and we discussed about the function of the stomach. These are the chemical and mechanical both digestion we discussed today. Okay, and these are the functions, actions of HCl, action of enzymes, churning action of stomach, and conversion of food into the chyme. And be careful, in the next class I will continue inshallah from the small intestine. Okay, now student, I am sharing with you my home task slide. See these questions and their answers carefully. Draw neat and label diagram of the human digestive system, but you will draw the diagram from your book, page number 161. Second question, define digestion and steps of digestion of man from my slide 3 and 4. Why grinding and lubrication are necessary for swallowing? Grinding is done by the teeth and lubrication is done by the saliva. Mixing of saliva is very much important to convert the large pieces of food into the small, and to make the food sticky and soft. This is the part of the mechanical digestion. Okay, you will write the answer from my slide. Okay, question number 4, describe functions of oral cavity in human digestion. There are answer from slide number. I discussed with you 5 functions of the oral cavity, then you will write all 5 functions with heading. Question number 5, how does windpipe windpipe with a trachea from choking during swallowing in pharynx. We have discussed means the epiglottis help us. That's why you will write the answer from slide number 7. And how does peristalsis movement force down through esophagus to stomach? Student, sorry, I did not write here. You will write the answer from my slide number 8. Okay, means how the food force down through peristalsis movement, because of peristalsis movement the sphincter is formed. That's why the food is moved down. That's why you will write the answer from slide number 8. Okay, question number 6 answer is from slide number 8. Question number 7, explain structure of stomach with label diagram. Okay, answer from slide number 9. You will draw the diagram from my slide, not from book. Okay. Question number 8, describe the role of stomach in digestion of man. The 4 function which I have told you, you will write from my slide. Okay, students, this is the home task. Take a screenshot and you will write the all questions and answer in my fair copies. Okay, with good presentation. Inshallah, we will meet together in the next class.